and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Lions and the Browns, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Now from the banks of Lake Erie, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland.
Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit CD at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The secret to his game and his success? Incredible chemistry with each and every one of the guys who catches passes with him. And not only does he ask them to stay after practice or meet him before practice, he actually demands it because he knows if they have that kind of chemistry built up, they're going to be hard to beat each and every ball game.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Here we go.
They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within 1 quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Out of the gun, Goff.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Goff. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Lawrence.
And he fires one incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
They go up the middle with Chubb. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 40-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Now it's Hines. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Goff now to throw.
That throw taken in by Jameson Williams. Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Jameson Williams.
76 yards.
And the Lions will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Joey Sly on for the extra point.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Cleveland offense making their way out. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
And they really need to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Hey, run! Here we go.
They run with Hines.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Now Lawrence.
And his throw is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it looking at 4th and less than a yard.
Hey, easy. Ralph.
Lawrence on the sneak.
And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Credit there goes to those guys up front.
Certainly does, but we're also seeing how quarterbacks are doing it nowadays on the sneak. When I played high school ball, my coach John Ford used to say, just get down behind those guys and pick up the first down. Now these guys might hesitate to count, use their vision in their eyes, and find the crease and dive for it that way.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Derek Barnes in on the stop.
This defense tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the 2nd level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Rip, 23.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This to Hines on the drop-off. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a letdown defensively because they had them stacked up 3rd and long, and you know their thought process had to be just make the tackle in front of the sticks and force the 3. Instead, they allowed him room to run, and now they're facing 1st and goal, looking to regroup.
Alert! Alert!
They'll run with Chubb. And finding room to work, he's down to the 2-yard line. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Hey, run!
Chubb again, pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going...
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Browns are an extra point away from evening this one up.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line. The Lions offense set to take over. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Gone. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Now gone. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Now we'll pause for an injury, and it's the quarterback, Jared Goff, shaken up on the play. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback.
Into the hands of Williams across the formation.
They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
Sly able to put this one through.
And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Browns now going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
This is the tight end, Njoku. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Easy, route.
Lawrence will throw.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. These offensive starters,
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay,
After
That's
review
pretty
of the
tight.
play,
Well, here's
ruling
the
on the
call.
field is reversed.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Silver.
Play action. It's Lawrence.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long.
Lawrence. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
They go play action with Lawrence.
He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. And if you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive. Something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis. Both of these coaching staff with some big decisions to make coming up as the preseason draws to a close. The second half is going to be filled with a lot of evaluation. And to bring it your way, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point.
Our starters likely to be out there for the third quarter as we get back underway in this second half.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline. Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
Now Goff. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
Martin Emerson
able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now following the sack, often the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On play action, Lawrence.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Up the middle, it's Chubb. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Here's Lawrence to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Here's Hines. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
This short pass into the hands of Njoku. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
Here's 3rd and a few inches.
Red on red.
And Chubb will try the middle here. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Hey, easy. Route. Great job. Silver.
Now Lawrence to throw.
Try to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted.
It's the linebacker, Alex Anzalone. And the Lions are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. But now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Well, this is caught by Williams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And he will cover up as he's touched down after a short gain. They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6.
The tight end in motion right.
Gibbs straight ahead.
Fighting his way through contact. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns 30. It's a gain of 34.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 30-yard line.
They'll go again with Gibbs.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. In motion goes the tight end. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Lions trailing, but with possession of the football as we get set to bring you the 4th quarter. First carry now for David Montgomery. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Play fake. Here's Rush. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
A bit of extra pressure now for this one on Joey Sly.
Made his first. This now from 46 yards away.
Sly able to put this one through.
And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
And now the Browns coming out on the field.
In a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
Brissett now.
Into the hands of Cedric Tillman.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Hines. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
To throw is Brissett. His throw incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. In motion comes the tight end left. 1st down. Here's the run with Montgomery. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. Out of the shotgun, rush. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
Multiple rushers break through to drop him for the 7th time this game.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
A lot on the line here, even for just a preseason game. Jobs to be won and lost. It's 3rd down. He's got Atwell. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Now rush. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. So a field goal on this drive could settle things. Remember, no overtime in the preseason, though a tie now seems hardly likely. Montgomery hauling in the slant pass.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Here's Rush.
And this complete to Mitchell. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 24-yard line. Back to throw.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow.
So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2.
Try to run it in with Montgomery.
And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
So now the Browns down by 5, 53 ticks to go. You can't say the preseason isn't interesting. This has been great as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
That is incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
2nd and 11. Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Cleveland.